Hello, my name is Alondra Flores, and I will be introducing an article on technology in education. The article, Tech Integration in Blended Learning, is written by John McCarthy, an education consultant and advocate for student voice in learning. This article highlights the importance of blended learning in the classroom. This idea of blended learning allows teachers to expand their use of digital tools for teaching and learning. John McCarthy sets out to visit schools to see how blended learning is used. From this, McCarthy was able to conclude 4 categories of tech use in blended learning. Category 1 explains managed learning. This includes online platforms such as Google Classroom, Schoology, and Blackboard course sites. These online platforms allow teachers to communicate to students and parents without being in a physical classroom. The second category is orchestrated learning. McCarthy explains this as the direction students are given for a controlled experience. For example, video tutorials, Kahoot, and eNotes. The third category is collaborative learning. This would be group activities and online collaborative work. This form of learning promotes critical thinking and lets students share their ideas online. The last category is authentic learning. McCarthy explains this as sharing one's work online and that learning should be made public. This allows students to have a real-life authentic audience and goes beyond school websites. This can also be social media platforms such as Twitter. Blended learning allows students to take control of their own learning. John McCarthy expresses that success requires a highly qualified teacher who uses their expertise and assessment tools to diagnose learner needs, and then craft targeted instruction with the available resources. Only then can blended learning be transformational. When instruction is not a reflection of traditional practices, it is instead a set of dynamic experiences in students' hands. Being able to take control of your own learning is very empowering for students and makes this idea of blended learning much more important. As technology continues to grow and schools integrate more and more of it into curriculum, it is very crucial and relevant for students to be able to learn how to adapt and take control of this in their own hands. As of 2019, most schools have adapted to online platforms to manage different materials such as homework and grades. This makes keeping students on track more convenient for teachers because there is 24 access on their progress. This can be very helpful for students who are not able to be present in class every day. Life can be very unexpected, and having these resources gives students a way to feel like they have control over their own education. Following this idea of convenience, students can also opt for online classes. Technology allows students to have this option and lets them learn at their own pace. Explained by McCarthy as orchestrated learning, teachers and professors are able to put their lectures or notes online for students to view whenever they need it. Through this article, McCarthy was able to give insight into how technology affects and shapes education now and how it can be changed in the future through learning. McCarthy puts emphasis on the idea that a teacher or professor should be able to incorporate multimedia platforms in their teachings. Learning goes beyond paper and knows no limit. One last important aspect to technology and education is the ability to collaborate through media, allowing students to express their ideas among each other. An important point that McCarthy makes in this article is that he believes learning should be made public. This is important to understand because it lets students have a sense of authenticity through their work and who sees it. Being a digital citizen is something students should learn early on so they can take advantage of these new advances in technology and in education.